Guys, I'm back today with another video. This one is going to be brought to you by CHANTICHE Lace Wig. I have worked with them one other time, so I will make sure to leave a link down below to that video if you haven't seen it. And of course, if you aren't subscribed already, what are you waiting on? Hit the subscribe button and turn on those notifications so you don't miss a video. This unit that I will be showing you is the Ombre Kinky Curly Lace Front Wig. Well, it says it's kinky curly. It is in the length 22 inches. It is 180% in density. I do have a medium cap size, and it also is a medium brown lace color. So with this unit, you do get two combs on the side, you get a comb in the back, you get your comb in the middle, and you also get an adjustable strap, and you also get an elastic band that they have on it. You can take this elastic band off if it does not fit you very well, and you can add your own on, but I do like that they already include this one in. I do want to mention that this does come with your soft Swiss lace, and this one does have 13 by 4 inches of parting space. You guys through the styling process and me customizing it to fit how I want it to be. Now this unit does come slightly pre-plucked already, and you can just rock with how the hairline is now, but of course I'm gonna go in and pluck it out a little bit more just so that I can have it fit on my hairline and just make it look as natural as possible. Of course, when you are doing this, you want to make sure you have the proper tools such as a good canvas head. You also want to make sure you are pinning your unit down, and as you guys can see, I'm just going back and forth across the front of the hairline and just plucking out some hairs. It looks like I'm not plucking out anything, but trust me y'all, I'm plucking out some hairs. I'm just speeding it up, and I'm just going back and forth, and then I am going to pull some hair out in the very front, and then I will pluck behind the hairline just to make it look even more natural. Now the tip is to just make sure you are moving all across the hairline without staying in one spot too long, because that is how you cause balding in one spot and it'll look over plucked, and you definitely don't want the over plucked look at all. These tweezers that I'm using come from my local beauty supply store. They ran me about $3. They're very sharp and they always get the job done, and they take out a good amount of hair. That is why you don't want to stay in one spot too long. And you will see me just move across the hairline, going back and forth on the sides and in the front. And there's really not like a detailed way I can tell you to pluck your units, because everybody's going to do it different. This is just how I decide to pluck mine so that it looks natural when I put it on my head. Now you can pluck on your head if you want to mimic your hairline. For some reason, I just haven't found it good to pluck on my head as of yet. I can do it on others and on the mannequin head, but on mine, I just haven't found that workable for me. So you just have to do what works best for you. Definitely tweezed out a good amount of hair, but as you guys can see, I didn't ball my front of the unit out because I knew that I was gonna still end up pulling out some hairs in the front to create some swoops. So that is why I didn't go too hard, because I knew that hair was going to come out in the front. So I'm just taking a little bit of hair, not too much, because you don't need a lot of hair to create natural baby hairs. And then I'm going to take a razor. You could find this at the local beauty supply store also. This is like an eyebrow razor. And then I am going to just see how I want to cut it and what direction I want it to go in. And I make sure to cut them pretty short and thin them out, just because I don't like my baby hairs to look really thick at all. And that's if I even decide to do any baby hairs with my unit. So now I'm going to go in with my Paul Mitchell thickening foam, and I'm out of my Blow Pro. I have to wait on more to come in, and I will just be using this to create the hairline and also the hairs in the front. And this foam, you do not need a lot of it because it thickens up, and I end up putting too much, and you guys will see me still have some on my hand, and I could have wiped it off, but believe it or not, I just find it easy to have it on my hand, and then I'll just take a little bit with the edge brush that I'm using to style the edges, and I'll just swipe it off and then put it on the hair. So that's why I still have some product left on my hand. So when working with your hairs in the front, you just want to make sure to kind of swoop them over, and that's why I prefer them to be short and not long, and also not thick, just because of the way that I'm swooping it. You want to still be able to see the hairline without the baby hairs getting in the way. Some people prefer to not have to deal with baby hairs. I don't have anything against baby hairs. I prefer them more on my curly or wavy units, just because if I'm giving off that wet look, I feel like they just go with it. But I just like to do mine this way just because I feel like it looks a little bit more natural. Now that I'm done styling the front of the hairline how I want it to be, I'm going to go ahead and take a little bit of water and I'm going to spray it on the hair just because I don't want this to be dried out. I like to style my curly hair while it is completely wet. I just feel like it works better, and I did mess up that one side. I'm going to fix it, and I'm just going to put some buttercream, some Garnier Fructis buttercream in this hair. I did only have to use just a very little bit to style this hair. A lot was not needed at all. I do not like to put a lot of products in my curly hair because I don't want it to be weighed down. I'm gonna go for the flip over look just because you do not get a lot of parting space with this unit. Like I stated, it's only 13 by 4. You get most of the parting space in the middle, which I will show you guys later on in the video, and then you get less on the side, and I prefer 6 inches of parting space when I'm dealing with the unit. But with curly hair, you can kind of get away with it because you can create the flip over look and just focus more on the hairline. So now I'm just going to take my Denman brush and I'm just going to brush the product through the hair and then just let it set without doing too much. And then I'm going to go in and fix that one side where I messed up the little hairs and just kind of swoop them back over. And then I'm just going to let this sit overnight, guys. I do not like to touch my curly hair until it is completely dry. I'm gonna let that sit overnight with my fan blowing on it and come back to it the next day, and this is what it looks like now that it is freshly dried and the waves and curls have formed on it. It looks really gorgeous and really nice and soft. And I'm just going to place this on. I did already adjust my elastic band to fit my head, and this medium fit me perfect. Now, I did have a 360 wig I tried from them last time, and it was big on my head, but this one fits me really good, which I'm happy about. I'm just convinced that most 360s will be big on my head, even if I get a small. So now I'm just going to adjust this to where I want it to be, and then I am going to work on cutting the lace off. It's very easy for me to work with. It was easy for me to cut off. I had no issues with it, and I also did not have to cut by my ear, which I was very happy about, because usually, you guys know, sometimes I have to go in and customize by my ear for a good fit, but no, this one fit me really good and it just blended in very well. Last unit I reviewed for them, once again, it already came pre-bleached and the lace was darker on that one. This one is not as dark, and that one was the same color, medium brown. I just feel like this one fits me way better and I didn't have to doctor it up too much. So now I'm just going to take my Got To Be Freeze spray. This is the Glam Force one, and I'm just going to spray it on the edge of that brush and just kind of swoop that hair over that has fallen out of place, and then make sure to swoop on the other side. I'm not going to use a whole bunch of products for this, and then I'm just going to go in and put a little bit of powder in the front using my Ruby Kisses 3D Contour Creator powder palette. And as you guys can see, I didn't even need a lot of powder. I did go ahead and bleach the knots on this unit because the knots were very dark and they needed to be bleached, in my opinion. Yes, powder can conceal it, but they were just a little bit too dark for me. So now I'm just going to go in, and I'm looking at this side because I envisioned me having like a laid down side, and I wanted it to be laid down even more. So I'm going to go ahead and go and fix that, along with putting a little bit of powder on that side to conceal that lace. And I'm just going to take my Care wax stick, and I'm going to pull out my hot comb and just kind of press it down a little bit instead of going in and putting some mousse on it. Just press it down slightly, a little bit. Now the roots on this unit, guys, it is a little bit straight, but I feel like it doesn't look bad at all. They weren't straight to the point to where the curl started in the middle. They kind of waved up at the top, which I absolutely loved about this unit because I feel like it just came all together and it looked good. So now I'm just going to take the Garnier Fructis Sleek and Shine Serum, and of course I'm going to run it throughout the hair. This is going to help control any type of frizziness and also flyaways and give it a nice healthy look. You definitely are going to need some serum with this unit because it is a curly unit, and I feel like with all curly units you're definitely going to need something just to kind of control the frizziness. And I'm just going to take that hot comb just a little bit and press it up towards the top of the unit, but not press it too much to where it's going to straighten out too much. That's just going to keep that little bang in place because I wanted a little bit of highness on that side. Just to keep that little flip over look, I'm going to take a little bit of my Glam Force spray and I'm going to spray it throughout the comb, and I'm just going to run it right through there so that it sits just like that, because that's exactly how I want it to sit. So this is the end result, guys. Look how beautiful this unit looks. They did an awesome job on this color. Like I said, this is 22 inches. I'm only 5'2", and you can go all the way up to 24 inches if you feel like this is just not long enough. And also this unit goes all the way up to 250% in density. Personally, I think that you could work with 150%, and that could be everyday hair, but this is gorgeous. This is going to be perfect for like the springtime, just like beach vacation. That's the vibes that I'm getting from this, and then the color on it just makes it even more gorgeous. Now you do not have to get this color. They also offer the natural color 1B, 2, and a 4 also, but you guys can see how thick and full this unit is. They definitely did not skimp on the hair. As far as the hairline goes, the hairline is bomb. Like I said, it already comes a little bit pre-plucked. You can leave it alone, but that looks like scalp. And I didn't use any type of adhesives or glue. As you guys know, I prefer not to if I don't have to. The elastic band works just fine. My only con is I wish that it was more parting space, but this works well for a flip over. And I also did a half up, half down style. I forgot to film that part, so I'll make sure to insert pictures so you guys can see it. And then towards the end of the video, you guys will see what it looks like in a middle part. As far as shedding and tangling goes, I did get some tangling within the back of this unit. And then as far as shedding goes, I got minimal shedding. I did not get a lot of shedding with this unit. This is more on the high maintenance side because of the color and the curl, so you are going to have to take care of this unit. Let me know which style was your favorite, and if you are feeling the curls and color on me. If you guys are interested, of course, I'll make sure to leave all the details in the description area. Don't forget to subscribe to my channel, guys. Turn on your notification button, share, and like this video, and I'll see you guys next time. Bye, guys.